Redfall.
Oh, dude.
So this past Friday, the thought for the group
No, let's
stream.
back it up. Back it up. Not this past Friday. Last week, we discussed this is going to be the game. This is what we're going to do on Friday. We're trying this new game out. It's the Vampire Back for Blood. We're trying.
And then
skip a few days.
And then stuff started coming out. We're like, I
think what killed it, what thankfully kicked the discussion off was the embargo breaking review that was put out.
Oh yeah, no, that killed it dead.
Yeah.
That stopped any and all possibility for any kind of hype train to get up to overshadow how bad this was and give this game good sales off bat. That game was horrific.
So that came out. Other reviews started coming out. The game released and streamers were playing it, and it was just, it was just like the review came out. It's like, maybe it's fun bad though. Maybe it's fun bad, and we'll get good fun stream out of it. And then I watched, release day came out.
Yeah.
Released on like a Tuesday or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched Ray Narvaez play it. I watched a teeny bit of Moist Critical play it.
Yep.
It was just the movement in the game made me like kind of nauseous. Like the motion blur on the game is kind of crap.
And it's actually not even the motion blur itself. It's just that the game doesn't render correctly. It's not motion blur. The game itself will not render itself correctly. In everything I watched, you would see the textures of things that are clearly in focus in a very small space that should load, no problem. They look like something out of Doom. Original Doom. It's that pixelated, and it would almost sometimes they just didn't even load in. And speaking of loading in, the game itself fails as a game because there's no fucking enemies. I watched a clip of it.
There are.
I watched a clip of a man streaming his gameplay, and he wandered halfway across the map, a 3 minute plus walk, and met nothing. Not one enemy.
That's completely fine, and I'm going to say why. It is an open world game that's meant to be played with 4 people. So you're supposed to explore either together, but more than likely separately. And with that, you would cover a lot of ground and encounter a lot more enemies. Just like in Sea of Thieves, how many enemies did we fight? Things just happen sometimes.
But I will say, on the enemies, though, even if you encounter enemies, they are stupid.
Oh, yeah, no. This AI is probably...
Have y'all seen the video of the desk beating the enemy?
No.
So dude was literally walking around an immovable desk, and the enemy just kept swiping at the desk in place. We're talking like a full thick desk, and this thing was just swipe, go to walk around, turn back to the desk, and start attacking the desk.
It's made of wood, my enemy.
That's what the streamer said too. Oh, he's going after the desk because wooden stakes. I get it. Homie doesn't hate me. He hates wood. I get you.
But most of so there's like cultists and then the vampires. And the cultists are basically just you shoot them a couple times. They're basically stormtroopers with their aim. They barely hit you. You also can't pick up their weapons. And the vampires are mostly just kind of bullet sponges. They also are not super threatening. They just take a bit more to kill. And just the story seemed uninteresting. Gameplay, obviously, bad. Performance, bad. Characters, they're kind of just caricatures over characters.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it's just kind of just everything I saw about it. I'm just like, this does not look fun. And that's
No.
been the overwhelming thing I feel like I've seen of people and like content creators and what have you. Is just the game is not fun.
I watched what is that Digital Foundry, and the dude was like, there are so many technical issues, and I did have a modicum of fun, but it's simply not enough to overlook the problems of this game.
Mm-hmm.
So give it a few months and maybe we'll revisit it.
Yeah, maybe they'll have. And I love how No Man's Sky is just like the example now.
I mean, what else could it be?
And just there's that, and there's like one other game that I'm forgetting right now that also had a No Man's Sky.
Is Cyberpunk better?
Oh yeah, much
Yes,
better.
that would be the one. And that's like because like I was talking about this with some coworkers. And I guess one of the guys like really likes Cyberpunk. It's like, you're gonna like, it's like, wait, you shouldn't talk Cyberpunk. I'm like, no. Here's the difference between Cyberpunk and Redfall, where Cyberpunk had a good game underneath it. It was just plagued by issues, like plagued by performance issues, technical issues, what have you. Redfall is a
things
bad
that
game.
can be ironed out.
Yeah, Redfall is a bad game with technical issues. I don't know how you fix that.
I mean, you'd have to fix it mechanically.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's possible.
Yep.
Oh no. Phil said they were planning on putting focus on it like No Man's Sky to fix it in an interview I was watching earlier, where they planned on doubling down and fixing this because they said that they promised that this game was going to be it. And it was not.
But No Man's Sky took years.
Yes, it did. And,
and again, I feel like No Man's Sky had at base a good game, which is the difference.